Hey Crafty friend, it's me, Justine. Today we're going to celebrate and enjoy Yana's new collection, Let's Celebrate. She has a lot of really cool products in her collection. She has a better press plate called Peony Background. By the way, I'm going to be popping these up on the screen just so you can see. Right now my craft room is an absolute disaster and I've been making and crafting so you can see. This is kind of how I have my product right now. It's just kind of scattered because I am not even done with her collection. I'm going to work with 2 cards today and then show you, I think, 9 at the end of this video. And then I'm going to pull out this collection again and use it on my live event, which details will be following in a few minutes. But like I was saying, she has a peony background, which I've been obsessed with, used it a ton. And then she has a Let's Celebrate Sentiments, which is full of really nice little word sentiments and then big scripty sentiments, which I love. And of course there's dies with those, which to me, if you're going to do a better press big sentiment, you got to do a die, and Yana did that, so fabulous. And then there's one called Floral Celebration, which is super fun. I've done 2 cards with that so far and really had some fun with my inks on that one. And then she has one called Peony Celebration, which is a die that's an inlay die. And then she also has a stencil that goes with the Floral Celebration. So it's just kind of a fun mix all together. And oh yeah, the wax seal, which we're going to do today. I figured I'd do the wax seal on camera. I've been better pressing a lot on camera recently, and I thought, why not do the wax today? So we're going to get waxy up in here and make some beautiful wax seals. I have not played with this one yet, so let's just dive in. This one is called Let's Celebrate. It literally says Let's Celebrate on the stamp as well. And this is a rectangle, which I have not mastered the rectangle wax seal stamp yet, so I just need to keep practicing. So we're going to practice together. Okay, I was thinking about adding 2 wax seals to these 2 cards, and I was thinking about using some of that really pretty iridescent, like mother of pearl color, or navy blue. And this is how I store my wax seals, FYI. They come in these nice little pouches, but I like to have them open and ready to grab, but I do like to keep the color on hand, so I cut off on the little package what color it is here. There's the opal. These are really good. I don't have room in my current tray. I need to get another tray. Yeah, anyway, I think that I will pull this color, ink. We're gonna do ink, and I think I'm gonna grab 6 wax seals. I know that's a lot of beads, but I'm going to just try it. And then, I think I'm also going to go with the opal. So we're going to do 2. So it looks like we're going to clean my spoon mid-video. That's always fun to do on camera. Anyway, before I start my wax sealing, I would like to have my area prepped and ready to go. So I like to have a paper towel for every color I'm using, just because if I'm going to empty out my spoon mid-session here, I need to have paper towels ready to go. Sometimes I've noticed if I get soot on this what is this thing called? Silicone. It gets a little, a little sooty. And it doesn't affect the wax seals, but it just looks kind of dingy, so I better be careful. And I like to put this spoon when it's not on here on the paper towel, because I don't want this to get all black from all the soot. But I just washed my wax seal spoon for the first time, and when I say wash, I mean like soap and water. It was really sooty on the bottom. You can see it's nearly black. I've been using this for a long time. I think these came out a 1.5 years ago, so as an influencer I get products a little early, so I've had this for, I don't even know, probably 1 year and 3/4, I don't know, 2 years. But I make wax seals a lot, so that one spoon has really served me well. So yes, this is using real flame I have a few videos on my channel already for wax sealing, so if you're interested in more, check out the playlist that's called Wax Sealing. I have a whole bunch. Now this wax bead is called Ink, and that I think will go well with my blue paper here. And I did 6. I know, a little crazy because this is the rectangle, and I do find that when I'm using the rectangle or the square, I do need just a little bit more wax. Now 6 might be a little much, but I'm working with a brand new, not new, but a clean spoon for my project here, so there's nothing inside the spoon as I'm starting. So, oh boy, that could have been a disaster. I don't know if you heard that, but my little wax beads tipped, but nothing spilled. Okay, anywho, what was I saying? Oh yes, 6 beads. Usually I do less for circles. You can see previous videos, I've done circles, ovals, squares, and now I have this rectangle. And I was all excited because I'm just gonna chat as this melts, by the way. I bought on Amazon these wax seal melts. I don't even know what these are called. Templates, stencil, I don't know. There's something. And they're pretty neat, I will say, but there is a learning curve. So if you start doing wax sealing and it doesn't turn out, just know that it might not be perfect. Ooh, the rectangle does fit in the heart. Should I be bold and try the heart? We're gonna do it. Why not? Seize the day, people. So I'm gonna do that. And anyway, I'm also going to add some twine and such to my project here. I think this is gonna turn out really cute. I feel that this will go well. I got a good feeling. Okay, I'm gonna do the heart for the one that's going on this, so that's gonna be the opal. And on this one, I'll do a regular rectangle. Hooray, I have a plan. Okay, by the way, if you're working with flame, be careful. The spoon gets hot. The oven, this is the oven, it gets hot. This can kind of get hot. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, hold on. I need to take this off the flame, which this isn't a problem. I'm just gonna go run downstairs and get a bowl of some ice water. I know that sounds a little crazy, but the last time I was wax sealing, I found that if I put my wax seal, at least this part, in cold water, I mean, it's pretty cold now. My house is freezing because it's Minnesota, but in between my wax stamps, I got a really good impression with all those little letters. Now, am I telling you to soak these in water forever? No, but just dunk it in the ice. You'll see. Hang on. I'm gonna let that be. Watch my candle for me. I'll be gone for like a minute. But don't worry, with video editing, it will seem like no time. As you can see, I have my tiny bowl of water with one single ice cube. Then I'm gonna pop my little spoon back onto the oven so it can keep getting warm. Anyway, I would caution with this whole ice water thing, don't let it soak forever. This is wood. They're high quality wax seals, so just be careful. The last time I did this, I did be sure to take apart this wax stamp, dry off all of the brass, everything here, and then dry off the wood and let them air dry completely before I reattached this. Like I said, don't come for me if you warp your wood. Anywho, we're just gonna keep going. Like I was saying before about the live event, you guys, Melanie Smith, who is one of my very, very good friends, also happens to be a crafter. We found each other for crafting, but now we are also just really good friends. But anyway, Melanie and I run a Facebook group called Better Press Babes. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you're part of it. If you are, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, babe. Anyway, anyone can join. It's all about Better Press, and yeah, we have a Better Press live event monthly, and this month it's going to be sponsored by Spellbinders, and we are using Yana's new collection here. So after I'm done filming this video, I'm gonna prep for that, and it's on the 28th. I will pop a little infographic of that on the screen, Now my wax is starting to get a little bit steamy, and that usually means things are good to go. So what I'm going to do is take my spoon in my hand. I'm going to anchor my hand onto the desk. This keeps me from being wibbly wobbly. If you know, you know. Anyway, anchor it on, and then I'm just going to turn my fingers like this, but gently. Just turn my fingers, not my whole hand. And I'm going to be making a line. And I might just even follow that little waxy moment that I just made there for myself. And I do that because I'm making a rectangle stamp. Just going back and forth, back and forth. And I think that's plenty of wax. Like I said, I like to keep this paper towel in hand. I wipe the edge and then let it rest. Take my wax seal, dry off any little water bits. And then I'm going to press it down gently. Gently, gently is the key. Now, sometimes you can be picky and you can get perfect ones, or you can be satisfied with the imperfections. This one, I'd say if I was being picky, I would not be happy with this one because the left side has less on it than the right. But to me, it's all about the impression of the actual design on here. So this is why I have the hot and the cold there. Oh boy. Well, is it ready? It's ready now. Just whipped it off. I'm going to let that sit there for just a second because I don't know about these big bulges here. Now, I don't love it. I'm just going to be real with you because, again, this is kind of thin here and thick here. So I'm going to try this again. And yeah, see, it wasn't even cool because I just put my fingerprint in there. But not to worry, we can always try again with wax seals. I know. You might be saying, well, that was great. What are you doing? Well, if I'm going to use my beads, I want them to be perfect. So, I don't know. I have a thing with wax seals. They can be imperfect, yeah, but for rectangles, I do think that they need to be somewhat shapely. I'll just put it that way. Anywho. Okay, as I let that melt again, which happens, I'll just chat about my cards here that we're going to make today. So this is the peony. Look how pretty that is. Now, did it glimmer perfectly? No, because I used low quality paper. I did not use the glimmer paper, which, whatever, it's fine. It kind of gives like a little antique-y look. If you use the better press plates with good paper, you're going to have a great result. I mean, the flower details are great, but some of these bigger areas didn't turn out so well. But again, it's the distressed look. And that's what we're going for on this one. And then this is the embossing folder that is part of the other collection from Spellbinders, the Mirrored Arch. So I pulled out that embossing folder and look at that. Yes, that's from an embossing folder and heat embossing powder. That is so cool. And we're just going to let that be the star of the show for this card's background. And then the wax seal will be the piece to tie it all together. At least that's my hope and goal. And then I use the modern ovals to die cut out that piece there. And I'm going to give this a little bit of a stir because I'm seeing some smoke and I see some chunky wax. And that means some things getting too hot and some things are not melting. So we're just going to give it a little stir. Yes, I'm using my 2-in-1 now. If you've watched my wax seal videos, you're probably wondering, where's your toothpick? Well, I needed a stir now. This was on hand. My toothpicks are in a cup, not at arm's reach. So we're going to use this. And it's just fine because I'm going to wipe it off with the paper towel. Ta-da. Pokey tool for the win. Ooh, that got hot. Careful. This pokey tool's got me before. Okay, I do think it's all melted, so we're going to try again. And however it turns out, it's going to turn out, and we're just going to go with it. Oh boy, did I anchor my hand? No. Did I go in the line? No. Did I even follow any of my advice? Maybe. I guess they went in the line. There, I'll follow my own advice. I hope this turns out. Waxing is not this difficult, but like I said at the beginning of the video, I haven't mastered the rectangle wax seals yet, but you know, you don't come born into this world running. You have to crawl first and then walk. So here we are. I think this is going to turn out well. I hope I don't just jinx it, but I think it's going to turn out well. Okay, I'm going to I'm going to switch colors. So I'm going to let that spoon heat up for just a teeny bit as that sets, and then I'm going to wipe this out. Again, if you're doing this and you're watching this with me as you do it, be careful. This is hot. That was your warning. Don't burn yourself. Anywho. I feel like I've said anywho way too many times in this video. I'll probably edit out some. Moving on. You know, it's Friday. It's been a long week. Like capital L-O-N-G, long. And yeah, next week I have kindergarten roundup, which I am pumped up for. Which, if you don't know, it's like kindergarten screening. So my incoming class for next year comes and has school for a day, and I love it. It's one of my favorite things about being a kindergarten teacher is just being the first teacher to like show them the joy of learning. That is an honor, to say the least. Okay. This heart is way bigger than that, and I had 6 beads. So I'm going to go 7 beads. Oh, that kind of kills me a little bit because I love this opal, but you know, they will make more, and I should not hoard my craft supplies. So, yay me. There's 7 beads going on right now. Okay, let's reveal and see it. Ooh, I love it. Okay, it turned out just fine. The uneven shape is perfectly imperfect. I hope that makes sense. And the Let's Celebrate is all raised very well. Again, I think that attributes to this whole wax seal in the ice, which I don't know. Again, if it damages your stuff, I don't know. Be careful. So the only thing this needs now is a little bit of silver paint pen on top, and that is going to be so pretty on there. Ooh, look at that. That combination looks so good with that blue and then the silver paint pen on there. Oh, I'm going to add some twine. This is going to be so pretty. I'm excited. Okay. I suppose I should get my heart ready. You know, that can go in the ice too. I don't really see that being a problem, but it's super cold now. Let's just wait. This is going to be so pretty. You can tell I'm excited, but I'm kind of geeking out. This is like the second time this week that I've gotten weird about niche things, which, yeah. But the other time this week was when I was having my dyslexia class, which if you haven't watched a lot of my videos, and I talk about that sometimes, but in my dyslexia class, I'm a teacher, and I'm taking that class to learn about how to teach children with dyslexia and how to identify it and etc. Anyway, I never knew a few things about dyslexia, and I just want to tell you a few facts that are, to me, interesting and maybe some misconceptions. So here you go. You did not sign up for that for this video when you clicked on it, but I like to add a little bit of my own flair to these videos, so hopefully you're here for that as well. So anyway, dyslexia, not an eye problem, it's a brain problem. So you can't like put colored paper or colored filters over words and assume that someone with dyslexia is going to be able to read it, because it's not an eye problem, it's a brain problem. So that is a very big misconception with dyslexia. Second, dyslexia can be hereditary. So it's not like it for sure is, but they are kind of suspecting that it is. And by they, I mean people who do research and are scientists who know way more than me. Okay, I interrupt that for some wax sealing here, which is why I came. So I hope that this works, and I have to make sure the top is on the top. Here we go. Don't breathe. As my clock chimes. This is so dramatic. Okay, perfect. I love when things fall and crash in the video. Was that the second time? Yeah, that's happened twice now. Okay, I probably should have taken that off second, but whatever. The heart is there. You get the impression. This would be a really fun wedding card. My wedding colors were blue, white, and silver, so maybe in some way I was remembering that, and I don't know. Maybe this would be a fun anniversary card too. So many ideas. Oh my goodness, that is so... No, 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 no. Okay. My impatience just killed it. Okay, well, that, I wrecked it. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm gonna redo that, and then I'll be right back, because, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna redo it. It's breaking my heart, literally. Okay. Plus, if you can't rip wax seals in half, you can always cut them. Wow, this is such a good video. Okay. I'm gonna let that melt again, and we will try. Maybe I just need to zip it and focus. I think we'll do that. All right, take two. I've calmed down, so maybe that will help. No promises. Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, it's been a long week. I'm prepping for Roundup. I had my long class, which I do after school, online. So it's a lot of sitting around on a computer, which isn't my favorite thing, but I am enjoying it and learning. Of course, my heart isn't turning out as well on this one. Isn't that just how it goes? Trying to shift it. Maybe that will help. No such luck. Let's see how it looks. I don't know. I want to redo it again. Am I crazy for doing it a third time? I think I'm going to do it again. I think I'm going to do it again and add another bead, because I think it needs a little bit more to fill up the heart. Just a tiny bit more. Okay. Yeah, well now I have to redo it. Oh, yeah. Third time's a charm. I do get a lot of questions on my wax seal videos. What about the mail? How does it mail? Mail, mail, mail. Well, let me tell you. In my experience with postal situations, when I mail a wax seal and it's on a card, like these are going to be on the card, not the envelope, on the card, they're fine. The envelope ends up being a little bit bumpy. Yes, could you protect it with just a tiny bit of bubble wrap? Sure, that does help. Is it necessary in my experience? No. It's kind of like having a big rhinestone embellishment. It'll be fine. If you put it on the outside of your card, just know that unless you pour it right onto the paper, it's probably going to pop off in the mail, in the postal system, just because they have pretty big machines, etc. So if you're going to put a wax seal on an envelope and use it, hand deliver the letter. Or even better, pop it on a present. That is a really fun way to use wax seals on tags. I'm going to be doing that in a couple of months here. I already have some projects planned with some other fun collections that are coming out. And if you know a little bit about Spellbinders and their whole wax seal situation, you know, they have the winter, the summer, you know, they come out with wax seals and new colors often. So, you know, more are coming. So I'm not giving anything away with that. But anyway, it's really fun. I do love wax sealing. I like the challenge of trying new things like these shapes and just trying to get good pours, trying to get everything to work out kind of how I want. Sometimes it does work, sometimes it does not. I mean, it just kind of is. It is what it is. Okay, that filled up the heart perfectly with my wax stamp on top. Now I'm not going to touch it for a while. I'm actually going to set a timer on my phone and let all of that beautiful wax right here and down here harden. And I'm probably going to wait 5 minutes, which seems like a lot, but I'm going to clean up my little area and kind of regroup, if you will, so I can finish up these two beauties and show you all the goodies at the end. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. So my timer hasn't gone off yet, but it's pretty close. I'm going to let that sit some more and just kind of finish up some parts of this card that will make it just so fun. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some craft tape and just tape down the tail of some of this Dynamite. It's so beautiful. And this is it silver or is this the gold? I can't tell. I think this is the silver. We're going to just pretend it's the silver if it's not. And I'm just going to wrap it around 3 wraps and then tape it off again. And I'm using some of my scrap tape, so this is perfect. Okay. Then I will adhere this on to my card front, which is now on my card base, all set and ready. Didn't realize that I was so low on my screen. There we go. I just put a brand new refill into my Easy Runner Grand and I forget how smooth it rolls once I put a new one on. Once it gets to the end, it gets a little sticky, I'll say. Okay, now there's a good and a top and a bottom for this one. So this leaf to me says this is going toward the sun, so that would be the top. So I'll stick that on like so. Make sure it's kind of centered-ish. It's handmade, so it doesn't need to be perfect, but you know, I like to have it be somewhat nice. And then let's do this little lady. Need some more tape. This Best Ever craft tape, I don't know, when I first started crafting and just crafting, card making in general, I was kind of like, well, what's the point of having tape like that? Why don't you just use regular tape? I can use this tape over and over and over again, and then it can end up on a project like this, serving a purpose forever, and I just love it. So there's a reason why it's called the Best Ever craft tape. Just saying. Okay. There we have my twine all set. Now, look, I hit the bottom of this barrel. Are you kidding me? That is crazy. You can tell that I like that color a lot, and I've been using it on mostly projects like this. I have not been doing a lot of stitching recently. I've been very, very busy in my personal life. I thought that once I got the living room back, I would be stitching all the time, all day, every day. That is not the case. I have been terribly busy, in good and bad ways, I guess. So eventually I'll do some more stitching. I know I will, because I do love stitching. It is such a stress reliever for me, but right now it's just not been in my daily life. So I have not used the twine on stitching projects, but I know I will eventually again. Okay, now to stick this on, since my surface is pretty bumpy, I'm going to go ahead and use some liquid glue, which use sparingly if you're going to do what I'm doing here. Otherwise you're going to have some lumps and bumps, which, you know, can happen. I used a pretty nice high quality thick cardstock. I used the one from Spellbinders. I think this is called Snowdrift. No promises on the name. Okay, I'll center that there. We'll center it horizontally, I guess, and then just use my stamp impression tool to weight it down. Now, should we reveal this heart? Oh, did it turn out okay? I think it did. I think it did. Oh my, that is so cute. Okay, that's a win in my book. I'm going to use my paint marker again. I did not talk about this before because I was rambling about dyslexia and Roundup, but this is the Deco Color paint pen. It is just perfect for wax seals and adding that extra oomph to projects. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and just put it on the raised areas. That is a strong pen, so use with ventilation, I'll just say. Just to show you how much I do love wax seals, I want to show you my screensaver on my phone. I'm going to get rid of some notifications, but look at my screensaver. It's a wax seal that I made. I love wax seals. This is proof. All right, let's add this to my project. I am just loving how it turned out. I think that is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, Yana herself reached out to some of the influencers and asked if we wanted to be featured in her video, and I just took pictures of the ones I'm going to show you at the end here and emailed them off to her. But now I think I need to add these two to my email, so hopefully she doesn't mind an extra video. I mean, I'm sure she gets a million, but whatever. Hopefully she likes these two. Yana, if you're watching, hello. Honored to have you, and honored to have anyone else, honestly. This whole YouTube journey, I did not really know what I was getting into starting it, and it's been just so fun to try and be myself, I guess. I love it. I think I'm going to add some embellishments just to tie everything all together. So let's go to the bling basket. I have to be careful because I have water here still, and this candle is now solid, but I do like to have that candle get nice and solid before I start moving it around because, you know, I don't need hot wax everywhere. Plus, that little water there I can throw into one of my plants that is somehow revived after all the construction. One of my plants was hiding behind a whole bunch of tools, and it's back. After a year, it is back. I added water to it, and it's now growing again. I think that is so cool. Basically, well, it's a succulent, so if you know anything about like desert plants, it's supposed to be able to go through, you know, an actual drought, so it can survive a year without water, basically, in my craft room. So that was kind of weird. It was placed in a bay window that had tools, like I said before, the tool thing, but I just picked the adhesive off of this one, so I am going to add some liquid glue. Anyway, I'm going to take pictures of this soon, so I can't have that be gloppy. This is really just such a good video. This is really just a raw crafting video. Yeah, you're getting all of it. Okay, like I was saying, the plant came back to life. I was so happy. It gave me weird hope. I know that sounds kind of corny, but I was like, you know, if this plant can come back and grow and be green after a year of no water, I don't know. It gave me hope. So hopefully that's not too corny for you, but that's my feelings. Okay. I think for this one, I'm going to go with the opal ones, which is ironic because that's the opal, but whatever. To me, in my head, it makes sense. And this is the crystal mix. You know, I'm a crystal mix person. And I am almost officially out of my crystal mix. I'm sure I have another bundle somewhere. Look at all that pen on my hand. Ay. These crystals really just add even more oomph to this project. I know it's a lot with all of the embossing powder and the wax seal, but I really am just loving everything about it. So with those two cards finished, finally, it was a journey. Let's show you the rest of my cards. Now these two kind of match, but the others do not. They're quite different. So let's just pop that little water off to the side, And are you ready? I'm ready. I don't know what that was. Okay, here is the rest of them. Okay, this one has the swinging legs from that watercolor collection. And then from Yana, what's from Yana here is this flower glimmered background, which is that better press plate. And that one again has a coordinating stencil. So that's pretty fun. And then the embossing folder here and the Mother's Day sentiment are from the other collection, the Mirrored Arch collection. And then here is this really pretty one. That's the same plate. So this is a better press plate. I glimmered it here on the background. Here I pressed it with that French blue ink, and then it did some simple watercoloring for the flowers and embellished with some bling and added a Mother's Day sentiment. This one, I don't know why, but I think this is one of my favorites that I've made with my Better Press so far, because I think the colors just speak to me. It's that really deep pinky red that is that mulberry. It almost looks black, and I did I use black? Yes, I used black paper to match that, but it's the ombre of it all. It's the bold letters. I think this is just so fun. So this was one of my favorites. Here's another one where I played with my inks. I did strawberry, tiger, saffron, leaf. Ooh, I was so close to getting them all. What is this blue? Is this aqua? Let's check. Oh, you guys, I was going to be so proud of myself, but you know, pride comes before the fall. Blue. I used hydrangea here. You can barely see the blue. And then I used down here was garnet. And then on the Celebrate plate itself, I used the teal topaz for the letters. And then for the registration, which there's 2 plates then, so for the flowers, which is that green color, I used Cruise. So it's kind of a light green teal, and then I did some watercoloring details on those flowers. Super fun. I think this would be some really fun graduation, wedding, birthday, happy summer cards. I'm just all about them. Okay, let's continue. This one was a funky fun Mother's Day card with those peonies. Look at that glimmer. So you can see I used better paper on this and got a much better glimmer result than my first one with that different paper. It's not that distressed look. This is with Spellbinders paper, so you get a better look. And I think the paper I used there was Velvet Rose, is that color. Look at me knowing all these names and everything. I'm terrible with that, if you're wondering. Okay, and this one is kind of a mix with Yana's and the Mirrored Arch collection, but look at how pretty that glimmered turned out. And I used the Glimmer Specialty paper on this one, which made that pink glimmer foil just stick right on it. Wow, the camera is really not picking that up. In person, this looks 10 times better, I promise you. But wow, why does it look so weird on camera? Oh, okay. Well, I'm telling you, it looks amazing in my humble opinion. But yeah. Okay, we'll just move on. Here's another one. I wanted to do blue and white because that is a really fun little color combination. And I originally was going to have this one be part of the video with my trio here, but I thought let's just stick with the wax seals and go for it. Now that is just not staying down, so we're going to weight it down until the video's over. Okay, now my next one, this one was another fun one with the peony. I told you I was obsessed with this Better Press plate. I wasn't kidding. I did some ink blending on the back of this with some pinks and purples. I think I just used picked raspberry and probably picked raspberry and what's the purple pink I always use? I don't remember the pink I used, but if I remember, I'll put it in the description. We'll just leave it at that. And then I had to try one watercoloring because I love watercoloring and I love the way that this turned out. But next time I watercolor, which will be on my live event with Melanie, which will be on our live event for the Better Press Babes, I'm going to focus on the centers of these hydrangeas being a little bit different colors. Right now they're kind of one tone. I do love this card. I think it is stunning. And if I didn't already have a Mother's Day card from my mom and my mother-in-law, this would be going to one of those women. But I think that I want to give it another go. And I have it pressed out already. See, it's right here. And I wanted to use my Tim Holtz pencils. On this one, I used a watercolor pan set. And for detail like this on flowers, I find that the pencils do work better. So I want to give this another go and really get some beautiful images and cards made. And I already have these two, which are part of the Mirrored Arch collection as well. And I'm going to do some really fun watercoloring. I can't wait just to sit and play with with my watercolors, and I can't wait to have fun with Melanie. She is so fun and so talented. So if you haven't subscribed to her, make sure you do. She's at Melanie Smith or Melanie Smith Stamps. And come on back on the 28th. We're going to be on my channel this month. Again, I'm going to be working with this collection. So if you're looking for inspiration with this collection, you're going to want to come back and be part of the live chat with me and Melanie in the chats. It's so fun. I love it so much. Okay, that is all I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, hit the subscribe button and comment below your favorite. And be sure to check out my wax seal playlist if you would like to see more waxy times. Anywho, we'll see you next time. Bye, crafty friend. Hey, wait, before you go, did you grab your Weekender craft kit yet? There's going to be a virtual event called The Weekender, and it is a virtual retreat, and you can pre-order your kit now. It is going to take place on May 17th through the 19th. There's going to be 10 hours of crafting with all of these amazing designers. So make sure that you grab your kit today. And Jennifer McGuire is also going to be joining us. So she was just added now today when I'm recording this. So she is not on this infographic here, but she is going to be there as well. So you're not going to want to miss it. There's a value there of $550. I mean, what? So yeah, there's a ton of product. There's lots of dies and some fun stencils and an embossing folder and a stamp set to tie it all together. So it is on sale. Don't worry, it's not actually $500, but the value itself of the kit and all of the classes is that. So be sure to go ahead and follow the link in the description of this video so you can go ahead and join me and these amazing designers. I am extremely honored to be part of this group, and I can't wait. So what are you waiting for? Grab your kit and come craft with us. Bye-bye.